What's up everyone, TC coming at you with an intro video, and today I'll be talking about my channel. Now I did start it about 7 years ago just to put up a few dance videos that I wanted to share with people. Some of those are actually still up and you can check them out. But now I actually have some new gear and I think that the video and the audio quality is now up to my standards, so I'm sort of starting this vlog kind of series, and well, this is just a video to kind of introduce myself for those who might not know me. So I'm an ex-pro Dota player that stopped playing competitive in 2009 in order to move to Japan. Over there I discovered another passion of mine, which is teaching. I'm now a teacher slash gamer living in Canada, and I'm here to share my passions with those that might be interested. So as I mentioned, you can already see a few dance videos from Japan and from my school on my channel. If you're a fan of dancing, check them out. I'm nowhere pro or anything close to that. It is something I really like doing, so you know, it's something I do like to share, and I know that I have other friends that also share videos and stuff, and I always enjoy seeing people really bring out their passions of dancing, and witnessing that is always very interesting. So that's something you can go check out. What you won't see, however, on this channel is, well, first of all, anyone related to my job. So in order to keep these people protected from the internet, I would like to ask everyone not to mention any names in the comments. We're just gonna keep this all anonymous just to make sure, you know, nothing wrong happens. It is the internet, and you just have to be safe about it. So yeah, I'd appreciate it if no real names or even specific places would be mentioned. That would be great. So I'm super new to this whole editing thing, so you definitely won't see some premium editing from me, and I also won't really be cutting my videos to avoid like ums and stuff like that and dead air. I'm just gonna challenge myself to speak properly, which honestly is good practice for me as a teacher, to be able to speak fluidly and clearly. So it's something I'll be practicing on my channel. Another thing to note is that this channel will be completely PG for obvious reasons, but we all know that Christian channels are the best anyway, so no swearing, and pretty much all the content will be family friendly, let's say. The topics I'll be covering in these vlog style videos will definitely mostly be about gaming, so some of you might already be tired of me talking about it, but I can go into further details here. I'll definitely want to make some videos on Japan if you're interested in that, the things that I really like, the things I didn't like, etc. I'm planning on talking about that, and some will be related to dancing, just like those already there. I might share some videos that come around and just just talk about dancing. This is definitely a big part of my life. I love music. I also started singing not too long ago, so music is also something to be expected here. Most of these videos will be made without a script. I do have one right now to do the intro, but generally speaking, I won't have a script, and so maybe expect me to be talking as I would like in front of a classroom or something like that, and I hope to keep a good flow of mind as I talk about my content. You might say that I'm a 9-year-old and I enjoy it, but I am going to stay away from memes because of the short-term nature of them and the people that can be associated with them. So I'm sorry if you're here to meme with me, but it's not going to be part of my channel. But as you know, we can always meme IRL together though, am I right? So let's move on to a bit my story and how I got here. So obviously I was always a huge, well, maybe not obviously, but I was always a pretty big gamer. The NES came out, I was probably around maybe 5 or something, 4 or 5 when we got it for Christmas, and since then it's always been one of my biggest passions. It's not like I don't do anything else though, but gaming has always been the biggest part of my life, along with lots of other things. So I did start on the Nintendo, the SNES, N64, all that, and eventually I moved on to the PC. Games like Warcraft 2, StarCraft, Diablo 2, those kinds of games kind of pushed me towards the PC and a bit more away from consoles. Not that I don't like consoles, I have a PS4 and a Switch and I really enjoy them, but I do have to say that my main gaming device is my computer, and I even upgraded it last year, so it's pretty nice right now. It's a good machine, and that's what I enjoy doing. Eventually, after high school, I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do as a career, and I did like math, which I'm representing obviously with my shirt. And so I took a year off. Actually, I worked full time, saved a bit of money, thought about what I wanted to do, and then I went back to university and I went for business because, you know, there's lots of numbers over there, but I feel like the business field was pretty large and would open up lots of doors, and it seemed interesting at the time. So I joined business school in the international department so that I would have to learn a third language, which was Japanese. And so, yeah, I went through university. It took a while, it took 5 years for me. It was hard sometimes. Sometimes I wanted to quit because I was like, that's not for me. But I did persevere with the help of, you know, my friends and family really came through for me. And so I finished up my degree. Now what to do? So I was kind of looking for jobs and stuff. Then I got the opportunity in 2010 to move to Japan. I didn't have a job there, but I did have someone there that was gonna help me out and help me find a job. So I moved there about a month before the new school year started, because generally speaking, when you go to these kinds of countries that, you know, English is not one of their main languages, well, it's kind of hard to do anything else but teach English as ESL. So that was definitely my goal, even though at that point I didn't think I was going to like it that much, but it was a chance to live in Japan, so I went for it. And I was lucky. There was a job opening just like a few weeks before the school year started. A company was a bit desperate to get someone I lived near. I went for the interview. They liked me. They liked my, I guess, my nerdiness or whatever, my otaku-ness, and they gave me a shot, and I really enjoyed teaching. It was interesting. I was like an assistant teacher more than anything. I didn't really plan lessons or anything like that. But it was interesting to be in school, to be, to interact with kids. I usually taught grade 7, 8, 9, so similar to what I'm doing right now. And it was just a cool experience. And of course, Japan was awesome. I liked my job, met a girl, ended up being a 5-year thing. So I lived in Japan from 2010 to 2015. My 5th year was not as nice when you think about on the job side of things, because I was starting to really like teaching, and I wanted more responsibility. I wanted to be able to do more in the classroom, and I felt like shackled up. I didn't have the chance to do much, and so the job became really, really boring pretty fast. I also turned 30, and I was like, okay, I'm 30. I haven't really started my real career yet, so I was like, all right, it's time to go. Gotta go back to Canada, become a real teacher. So that's what I did. Went back to Canada about 3 years ago. Got into university, 2 years of university, again, 2 more years to become a licensed teacher. I learned a lot though. I don't think it was wasted time at all. The job that I'm doing right now is completely different from what I did in Japan. So I'm glad that I got those 2 years to really get me ready for the real thing. Now after I was done, I got a cool opportunity to teach grade 7 and 8 math and science, so I took it. It did mean that I had to move pretty far, but it's definitely worth it, and that's basically where I am right now. I'm in my 2nd year teaching. It's very cool. I learned a lot of things over the last few years over here, and I really can't wait to see what is in store for me as a teacher, as a gamer, because they're 2 things that are really dynamic and very interesting and always changing, which it feels very interesting for me. Cool. So I don't want to make this video too long. The last thing I want to do is actually a giveaway. So if you are a student of mine and you like computer stuff, well, I actually have some free stuff that I would like to just give away. It's piling up in my apartment, and I don't feel like I should sell it. I don't need that extra money at all, and I just felt like if that's something you want, let me know. It looks like this. I actually have a decent monitor here. If you don't have 2 monitors, man, dual monitor is the best. So yeah, I paid like 200 something bucks for this. It is old. I got it in Canada before I went to Japan. So I brought this with me in Japan, and I brought it back, and now I upgraded my monitors a couple years ago. So I actually have a bunch of extra monitors. So I'm willing to give one away. The other thing is my old Logitech camera. This is what I was using all the way until last week when I got my new stuff. So if you need a webcam, it's not bad. I bought it in Japan in 2010, so it is getting old. It's not HD really, but it's not bad. I have a Mobo over here. Now my computer did break down last year, and I looked for people to help me out with that, and a guy was nice enough. Well, I did pay him for that, but he built me a new one. He got the parts delivered and stuff. He built the whole computer. I'm pretty good with computers, but I still don't feel comfortable enough to build one from scratch, especially the CPU and the motherboard. So anyway, I'm not sure if all these things work in perfect, condition. I think it was my power supply that didn't work, but I don't know. So these things might not work. I know for a fact that my Sapphire, my Radeon over here certainly works. It's a Sapphire with 2 fans in front. Very cool. I used this bad boy for so long, and it's getting old, but it's still pretty good, honestly. It's definitely a good grab for free, let's say. I have a couple of sticks. DDR3, again, might be defective. If they don't work, they don't work, but I think they should still work. So decent amount. I think they are, 4 gigs. So 8 gigs total. 8 gigs will run most games, honestly. I have 16 right now. It's sick, but this will do the job for lots of games if you're on not a huge budget. So yeah, that's about it. So motherboard, a video card, 2 6 of RAMs, and camera and a monitor. So I'll try to bring those things to school. Come see me at my classroom if you want to get some free stuff. If more people want it, I'm just gonna we're gonna roll for it. Basically, I got my dice and we're just gonna roll to see who gets it. If you're lucky, good for you. I don't know how many people would actually be interested in that, but if you're one of them, awesome. And if you are, you better subscribe and smash that like button. That'll be it for today. So thanks for checking out my video. Have a good day, a good night, and peace out.